Hi, you guys. My name is Falicia SamKing, and you're on my page, Faith Talks Mental Health of the African Diaspora. I have my special guests. I would like you guys to introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Famata.
Hi, I'm Paris Gold.
Hi, I'm Joy.
Hi, I'm Anne-Marie.
Hey guys, my name is Shay, or Shay. Let me get it right for the Africans.
When it comes to religion, I attended a Catholic school in Sierra Leone, and the rabbit hole goes so deep. This is not a one-time conversation, but if you have ever attended a Catholic school, there's so many stuff. People are being abused by the so-called fathers, and I'm sorry for any Catholic out there, but the so-called fathers were sleeping with my friend, paying their school fees. Like, it is ridiculous. Like, it's sexual abuse is happening from schools, from everywhere, and I think nowadays people are just taking it as, okay, well, I'm having money. As long as I have my Gucci bag and everything, my school is being paid for, I'm fine because money is coming in. But like, for us to stop it, it's like when you guys are gonna reach out, you gotta reach out and just brutally be honest about each and every one of these people that are causing this sexual abuse in terms of Africa, because all my friends were sleeping with a father, and I didn't realize it at first. Even the teachers are sleeping with the students.
Oh my God.
And some of them don't want to sleep with the students. Some of them is because they want to have their grades up. Some of them is because the teacher said they're gonna say something about them. And the school I attend, and I attend a convent, and I'll put it out there because I don't care. And I told Falicia about me. Like, people were just, the so-called model that were supposed to teach us the value as a woman, they were the one disrespecting, or they were the one tarnishing this little girl's image. So from the time I was like a little girl, when I was growing up, I grew up with that mentality that I'm not worth it. And I know a lot of girls are out there who doesn't feel that they're worth it. They just feel like, oh, I'm just a nobody. I mean, guys can just do anything they want with me. It's fine. You know, and that's the mentality that a lot of Sierra Leoneans have. That is why they're afraid to say anything. They just rather go with it and start talking, because the rabbit hole goes deep. Because how can I speak on a father? Who's gonna believe me? Or a whole father? That's a father. The father doesn't sleep with women. Or the mother married to Jesus. Even women abuse women too.
Yep.
They do.
They do.
I'm sorry, excuse my language, but they be fingering. And like I said, I attended an all-girls school, and I saw that from the time I was little, and I'm literally 24 now. So imagine, this hasn't been a long time. I recently just, it's like it goes deep. So if we're gonna talk about it, we just have to keep on talking about it, because there's a lot of people that needs to be prosecuted.
Oh yes.
I'd like to add on to what you just said. You know, I'm sorry, the reason why I laughed in the beginning is because I feel like, again, I have to use I have to say Africans. Like, I was born in Sierra Leone, by the way, and raised over here. And so, like, I very much have that church, blood of Jesus. I love Jesus to my core. You know, I'll wear it on my chest and my body and my soul. But however, just like what she just said, it's like, this is why mental health is so important in Africa. Because all of that they're going through is unresolved traumas from their life that they never dealt with. They never came to self-actualization. They never did self-work. They never did shadow work, dealing with their shadow, dealing with the worst parts of themselves, figuring out, why do I think like this? What is really wrong with me? Why, when I see a 14-year-old, I am attracted by that? What is wrong with me? You know, really, this is a real thing. Like, psychology, like, we really have to get into this. That's why I said it's not about the action that's being done. It's where it's coming from. Really where it's coming from. So these people have not even done any of those work, but then they cover all of that up with holiness.
Mm-hmm.
Their
So that,
fathers and
like,
mothers.
religion has now become an excuse for your unresolved trauma.
It's like it's just a pattern that just keeps going.
A cover-up. So you feel like if you were a molester and you never dealt with why you were a molester, what led you to be a molester, you feel like when you wear a robe and a gown, oh, the Lord is
holy.
And that just leads to more people being attacked too.
So you see why mental health is so important, and how we can now like push people and say, look, listen, you have to deal with whatever is going on with your mind. That it's skin small picking and wouldn't see something and then they talk something. America, the reason why they say America or overseas, period, is because overseas that they make small picking and they talk.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah.
My son is not even 3 yet, and he can talk. My son is not even 3 yet. He can talk. They talk. That's why I like America. They talk.
The way you do something, they don't part you answer. You're going to set you months. The beginning they talk again. If you go to even something at school, you go do something to at school, teacher go even over beat and pass the beat for them for beat and at school. If you can't complain to you, boy, now something because now you be they do this.
Right.
So it's like, how do we move forward?
Honestly, it's starting out with the younger generations, the new baby, and because everybody who's older is just too into it, where it's going to be super difficult to get them to understand. So you got to start with this younger generation and teach them, like you were saying, Saeed, to teach the boys to respect women. And, just starting that and just talking about it and just say, hey, this is not okay. If she doesn't want to be touched, if he doesn't want to be touched, don't do it. And if you get touched, make them feel comfortable enough to come and talk about it. And that's just how you create a better pattern.
Yeah.
Honest.
That too. And also, actually everybody doing their self-work. And let's stop using religion as a cover-up.
Yep.
Acting holier than thou when after you clock out of church or clock out of the mosque and you heard what she was saying about me. No.
Right.
Let's really stop using religion as a big cover-up for a lot of our personal struggles, a lot of our personal issues. And with prayer also requires work.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of internal mental work.
Mental work, because nobody's going to tell you when you have those urges. Sometimes people are going through urges that they can't even control. Sometimes people are nymphomaniacs. They can't even control themselves. Sometimes people are going through real life disorders. So, like, it's a lot. It's really a lot. And so once we establish some type of mental health facility, we're not to go lock you in a chain, or for me to chain you, or for me to say, nah, Chris, you Chris. When it actually comes down to observing, collecting data, looking at this person's behavior, like really looking at this person from another level and not just blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, blood of Jesus, but really what happened?
Right.
True.
Yeah, and you're going to have to, even if we start that where we start with the younger generations, we're going to need the help from the government. So they are the ones like enforce the rules if one of the kids reports a sexual abuse. Like, that's also another big issue, is getting support from the police. Because if they're not like with it, it's kind of like
the support's not one, sister, but two, the mentality.
Thank
the
you.
man thinking what shall he be? Wait, if I go to you where you know one day, but woman, we don't like. If I go to you where you first of all the policeman they say something and they do the problem.
Corruption, but kuna salo, my sister.
So if I go to you, are you going to take my case seriously?
Even the lawyers themselves, everybody's at fault in this stuff, in this sexual abuse. Everybody, from the family to the school authorities, to the government authorities, to friendship. Because maybe somebody go get raped by a party, somebody go get raped by a teacher, somebody go get raped by a minister. They go afraid for go talk. There's no need. Everybody's at fault in this stuff. Everybody's at fault. So the thing is us or the people or us that we are the voice right now. Like, let's come out and talk. Because most of them want to come out and talk. So if like the system, we don't boku past them, then there's no other option for make a just cooperate with us. You understand? Because this stuff is just too sad. Because everybody, the school authorities, the government authorities, whoever is it, they're all involved. The family, come to the family members that are the worst, if you go keep everything on the carpet, they say, yeah, now so don't you know the first one will be the last. So that's it. So this stuff is just too hard to say, to go to the government, people, or whatever it is. It's obviously they're involved in this whole stuff. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna take God's grace.
I researched about Sierra Leone, of course, and I found out that there are, out of 7 million people in Salon, only one psychiatrist is licensed to practice mental health services, and he's like almost in the 70s. So every time he retires, the government asks him to get back on it again because he's the only person that is trained to practice in that field. 70% of victims under the age of 15 years old has, experienced sexual abuse and rape. And the youngest case was a 3-month-old.
Oh, that just hurts my heart.
That's shameful. So shameful.
Auntie, it goes back to, sorry, I'm not mean for Koya, Auntie, but that's just, it goes back to, again, the mindset of the individual. Let's stop doing this localness and act like, now I'm going to even get even into the technical part about it, right? One, electricity. Wait again, every school must get electricity so you can put a camera in every school.
Boom.
Okay? Two, creating that budget, healthcare system. We're creating therapists. There are people that are talented in Sierra Leone, not even in Sierra Leone, but there are people that are in the diaspora that are willing to go back to Sierra Leone and actually help. They are. Like, I don't know what side would they get this mentality with and say Salomon, they don't like themselves. No, not to say Salomon, they don't like themselves. It's just that the opportunities are not being created for these people to go back and do the work.
Right. And I think also a way where we can help is people like us who, have moved from Sierra Leone, we're here and we understand this stuff better. And there's not a lot of us that are going back, to be honest. There's not a lot of us. Some of us, we come here and we just forget. And I think we need to, talk about it more and be like, it's kind of like, in a way, our responsibility, because now we understand, we know better. So more of us need to go back and start setting it, putting in changes. And it doesn't have to be like, I know money sometimes can be an issue because getting there is a lot of money, and then you have family that want money and all that extra stuff. But I think a lot of us just need to start going back and starting changing stuff.
Going back and also giving ideas to the government. Like, I don't know how to say it, but these are people in their 60s and 70s. Not so bad, but they're not in touch really with the youth. I'm sorry, I can only see from somebody's vision, but you cannot make decisions for my life when you are at the age of 70 and you're living a multi-million-dollar lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. You don't really care.
You are living a good lifestyle. Your kids are probably in UK going to college and you're paying for them.
Mm-hmm.
How crazy is that the people that are running our country send their children out of the country to go get schooling? Yeah. But that's a whole different discussion for a whole different time.
It definitely is. It's a whole different monster to tackle.
They have to bring innovative young people on board. Man, I'm tired of seeing, not to come back, but Parliament needs some young faces. Parliament needs some people that are making decisions, at least a team of people that they can go talk to and be like, what can we do? Because at this point, it's not cutting it. Thank God for Mara B.I. I said B.I. Thank God for Mara B.O. He did the free education. That's like a plus.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
That's a plus.
I think we suffer from lack of education. Like, let's take on Nigerians. Let's take on other countries, Ghanaians. They have been doing this. They support each other. But when have you seen a Sierra Leoneans support each other like the way other people do? Let's just be honest with ourselves. We will start something, but we don't finish it. Like, and I'm not saying anything, Falicia. We might start this, and one of us, we just have this stick in our head and just like go and then don't support each other. This is why we start something, we don't finish it. So if we're talking about this, we need to like be honest with ourselves if we want to put a stop to this. We have to be honest, and we have to not be too opinionated, like being like, okay, I have my own opinion, I have my own this. No, no, no. We have to come together, because I think if you come together and listening to other people voicing their own opinion, trying to understand them, put yourself in their shoes, that's the only way we can help each other in Sierra Leone, but we don't do that. And when Paris was mentioning hate, like Sierra Leoneans don't hate themselves, I think we do. We do hate ourselves in some kind of way, because if you see somebody like us or like Falicia, we try to start something. A lot of people, like we were mentioning yesterday, they don't take you serious. Mm-hmm. And they will never take you serious. Even if you say something, like if I post my picture and do this, they will take me like, oh yeah, you get away. So, or if I'm talking about something serious, guess how many people will like it? 3 people, right. 4 people. But when you post your butt, 1,000 million people come, because that's all they want to hear about. That's what, when they post about their dressing every day, Gucci, name, for that every time. But when it comes to important stuff, guess what? We don't care. So yes, we don't love each other, because if we love each other, we'll try to do more things, because it's high time that we get away from this mentality. Nigerians are ahead of us. Ghanaians are ahead of us. Zimbabwe, Kenyans, but when have you seen Sierra Leonean? It's even now that you see a Sierra Leonean starting a page on IG. But when? I mean, you never see that. And even with that, they don't follow each other. Some people are like, oh, because this person is doing good, I don't want to even listen. I want to start my own. It's not about starting a lot of groups. It's about being in one group where you all can come together and make a change in Sierra Leone. That's just my suggestion or opinion.
And I like what you just said. I really like what you just said. And I just want to touch base on just that for a little bit, which is, I don't know. I feel like in anything, in any situation, right? Even as the situation that we're talking about, though it's a negative topic, quote unquote, but there's a positive on it, right? Because we're now sensitizing people, right? And so whatever negative that there is in life, there's always a positive. And the reason why I always choose the positive is because love requires work. If everybody says we know like we serve, guess what? That is going to be the mentality. Because I came on here and I was like, I don't know you guys, but I love each and every one of you guys. So automatically my perspective is standing on love. So automatically that is going to be reciprocated. If everybody keeps saying this one topic about Sierra Leone is that we get hypocrites, we don't like we stuff, that's not true. Because Faye right here reached out to me and I was like, yeah, sis, I'm down. Even though, whatever the communication, I'm down. That's still a form of love. You guys are still taking your time out. That's still a form of love. Do you understand? To talk about the positive, about what we can do to assist a situation. So I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's something that everybody's going to be on board for. But it's definitely what differentiates you about being good and evil. Is because you're choosing love and you're choosing the better alternative. And so that goes again with the mindset of the people. It's like, it's in psychology, I believe Shay said he's a psychology major. In psychology, there's this thing called rumination. So rumination is distractions, right? You're like distraction that your mind automatically goes to. And so the reason why people will see a picture of you, that you look good, slay queen, slay mama, yes, 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 and like that picture, is because they're looking for a distraction out of their problems. Saloma, they not go get 10,000 for go put in a library or make them go sit down, make them read book. But I promise you, they go get 10,000 for go buy data for can watch you on Facebook.
And I think a lot of it is just educating. And honestly, we are behind. Sierra Leone is behind because one, lack of education, and we are slowly catching up. But it's still like super slow. And like I said, it's educating each other and teaching each other to love yourself. Because if you don't know how to love yourself, you're going to still stay in that mindset of not liking yourself. Like,
oh, you know, like the people that what you did with, the way they work. And one thing about time is like, we can't run away from our roots. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. I am Sierra Leonean. I'm 100% African. I don't care which kind of English I speak, which stage I go to not for perform. I am still Sierra Leonean because that is your blood.
It is.
And it will show. So we have to choose love at some point. I have to love Faye at some point. I have to love Emily at some point.
Yeah,
at some point.
How to love.
At some point.
Yep.
You know, stranger they know for can white Chinese people. I go salon 2018. Do my one push me in a road because Chinese man they come. I said, are you crazy? Push sister, you don't see the man they come. And look, I say, what's it?
All right. Does anybody else want to talk about anything that has to do with sexual abuse in the African community? Joy, you're on mute.
I'm sorry, I didn't know. Okay, I just wanted to say in terms of pushing this sexual abuse, I think let's start with this WhatsApp thing. Why do... Okay, let me not go there. I'll save that for my own network. Something is really ridiculous. The other day, someone sent me porn, little child. I think she's about maybe 4 years of age. And this is why I in general, I don't accept any Sierra Leonean on my WhatsApp. Only my mom and dad, because they be sending you stupid things. Because why would you send me a porn of a 4-year-old girl sucking? And I'm sorry, sucking. I mean, you know what I mean by that. And it was so disturbing. I was like, why do people do this? In America, if you do this, they arrest you. You're not supposed to have a child pornography. And that is what we need to do in this WhatsApp in order to push all this thing. I think they need to stop child pornography in sometime in Africa, in Sierra Leone as a whole. Because like when he sent me that, I was like, why the hell would you even think of sending me that? I mean, you yourself, you shouldn't be watching that because it's disturbing. You know, and that's the whole thing. I think that's why there's a lot of sexual things going on there. Because when I was going to school, like they used to send it in, we used to watch it in class. I'm not even gonna front. Like they would just bring it in class, and I attended comments in a private school, and they just bring it. So how will people not like have this mentality like, oh, okay, this is good? And you know, like I don't know who mentioned education. We don't have a lot of education on that because most of us unfortunately haven't traveled, and most of us don't have the facility that a lot of other countries have. Let's be honest. Sierra Leone, like in terms of television, not everybody have television. Not everybody can understand English. So a lot of people suffer from a lot of stuff. So when the porn is being like transferred around, that too caused like this abuse in a lot of little boys. Like, because when I was attending private school, the boys were looking at it, and then the girls were looking at it, and then they plan, okay, this is how we're gonna do it. Some of them don't even want to lose their virginity, but just because they think or feel like it's okay because they're seeing it from other people, then they just do it. So maybe like when somebody talk about education, if this is gonna go out there, I hope they reach out to the schools. Like yes, it's young people like us that are gonna like put a stop to this. But I think like I said before, yes, you mentioned, Paris, that we love ourselves and we have to bring out that positivity. But at the same time, we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. In order for you to bring positivity, you have to talk about the other side so that at least all of us can just know that, yes, we need to come together and we need to work as one. Because like I said, it's not about us having this platform right now. It's about when we leave this platform, what are we going to put in place? It's not about talking, because a lot of us just do talk, and then we're not going to put something in place. Like, what are we going to put in place? How are we going to attack that issue as time goes on? Because it's not going to be done in one day. It has to be like ongoing stuff. You have to keep on talking about it till it's done. So, you know, I'm just saying, like, each of us can use our platform to spread the message out there. And but in order for us to spread the message, we have to not care about how people will feel about us. That's just what I feel, because a lot of time we want to spread the message, but when people started feeling something about us, we're afraid. That's where fear comes in, because we don't want people to feel that we're not cool, we're not this. we're bad, we're proud. Especially me, I've been called proud all the time. They said, oh, just because you're in the United States, you feel that you're all that. That's where we need to stop caring. If we are going to set our minds in order to bring change, we have to start caring about what other people can feel in terms of our personality. We just have to go out there and give the change and talk about it and come together.
Right. I see. I see what you're saying. Like, we can talk about this stuff and need to put into action. And I think part of the one thing, I don't know if you guys are really, we can talk about this stuff, but you also have to be like, okay, I want to take action. So I think part of the way we can take action is just to create a bigger group of women, men, and talk about this, educate ourselves on it, and then go back and implement.
So that's what I'm trying to do right now with my pages. As all of you know, I have a Facebook page called Mama Salon Speaks. That is my organization that I'm trying to start in Sierra Leone right now, that I'm working on.
It's called Mama Salon Speak?
Yes.
Okay.
I call it Mama Salon Speak is because, of course, we call Sierra Leone Mama Salon, and the people of Sierra Leone will be able to express themselves. That's why I say speak, because like we've been saying that a lot of Sierra Leoneans have a hard time expressing themselves because they are scared. So what I'm trying to do with my organization is to start an organization there so I can start having facilities. And I know with that, I have to really study when it comes to cultural differences, religion, and everything like that. So that's one thing that I'm trying to do. So if you guys are really, on board with this, I need you guys to really, share my page, subscribe, like on YouTube. And also if you have me on Facebook, you can add me on Facebook so I can add you guys to the group and we can share like articles and stuff and educate the people of Salon.
Mm-hmm. Right. And I just wanted to add on to what you were saying as well. Anne-Marie and Emily were saying as well about taking action. And I feel like that's really important. Nobody do nothing at the end of the day. And so even like how Faye says she has an organization as well that's up and coming, and that's what I was gonna say. I have an organization as well, which is it's geared towards mental health and sanitation in our country, and overall making changes that the government don't think about. It's called the Paris Gold Foundation, and I would love to partner with Faye and anybody else that has their organizations going on, because together we can all make a bigger impact in the country. Maybe you can hit the health sector of things, and somebody else can hit sanitation, somebody else can hit youth, somebody else can hit different things. And so that's why I feel like it's really important in our brands and our everyday lives to always try to take action and always sensitize people. And so even as being an artist or whatever the case may be, like I always try to be like, no, I'm more than just that. I can do this, that, and the third for our people, health-wise, like what Faye's saying, like you can come on there, you can give your article, you can give your opinion, you can talk about how you feel. Or if you're not getting no trustworthy people and for trust na salon for even, because I think a lot of times when we're over here, like we can want to do things there, but we don't get our team there where they over under that's trustworthy. Mm-hmm. But say, if I give you this brush here, you go able go brush other people here there. The possible way they give the money self, now you can go say, but that name is stumble right now. I don't been at this country here. So it's really a big thing in taking action. So I just love how you have Mama Salon, and then I have my foundation too, and I pray that anybody else has their foundation.
Yeah, it's actually crazy now. I'm just like sitting here thinking about this. I feel like this was so meant to be, because I'm also starting an organization. I'm starting a clothing line. It's gonna be Ankara clothing, and the reason why I'm starting this is to get money. I'm an entrepreneur, is to make money, and within the next 3 or 10 years go back to Sierra Leone, because sometimes when it comes to putting in trying to help, it takes a lot of money. And I'm also part of a group where it's like some of them are already like millionaires, and they're really working on getting funds and they're entrepreneurs, and we're all gonna go back within 10 years. I mean, I'm probably gonna go before them, whether we all go together or whatever happens. But I also have my organization. I think it's beautiful that we are here today talking about stuff like this, because it's definitely meant to be.
Yep. And I like you taking money back to the country, sis. That's the next question. That's the next topic we gotta talk about.
Yes, we're going back to develop the country. You should see my vision board.
Tell Sierra Leone about your money.
Africa, Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone, about your money, man. Well, I know they work for free. Maybe they pay on $100 every 1 month. But less that kind of thing.
Well, with all this being said, I am starting my YouTube channel, and I told Faye about that I am going to be talking about, well, not, but similar conversation as what she is putting on in her channel, because like I'm going to talk about like stuff that are affecting us in Sierra Leone and how my coming into America and everything. So yes, it's a similar platform about depression, everything that has to do about mental health. I'm going to be talking about it. So yes, I am working right now on my YouTube. I don't know how to edit, but like it will be coming up soon. So it would be nice if you guys go there. Like Faye, of course, I'm going to be calling Faye most of the time because I like her platform. And and I told her, I was so passionate when she told me about her platform. I was like, oh my God, let's do this. Because that's how I get overly excited when I see people are bringing change instead of just like the same thing over and over. It's like, I don't know, it's just boring to me. Like, let's do something new, something like change. So when Faye told me about what she's doing, and now Paris and Emily, I am willing to support anybody. Like I told Faye, I'm all for supporting people. I just don't want to say it and then do it. As long as we can help Sierra Leone in the future, so that we as Sierra Leoneans can shine the light tomorrow. It's high time that we stop being backwards. It's high time that we move forward, because there's a lot of smart people in Sierra Leone. A lot of smart people, so smart, so talented, but we don't shine our light. And it's high time that, like Emily was saying, to help each other, to go there. Like, this is the little way I can help. It's in YouTube, where I'm gonna be sharing ideas and talking about my life, being open, being truthful about myself, and trying to talk about depression, what I went through in life, how as a Black person, how I was treated in America. Just because a lot of people think when you're in America, everything is so good.
Right.
You're perfect. Life is so perfect.
Money grows on trees.
Yeah, money grows on trees.
Just
a lot of people have that mentality. Yeah, so we have to shine a light on that. So that's what my channel is about. That's what I'm gonna start and do it. So I'm happy to meet all of you ladies, because this is the first time in my life, in 24 years of my life, that I've ever been in a most educated conversation. Because all the conversation we're not in. So this is really, for me, it means a lot to be talking to people that have ideas about helping our community, about like starting something that is real. Like, whoa, like it means a lot to me. I don't know, as a youth, it means a lot. So I hope like we all do it. And like I said, we all don't talk and don't do it. And I hope we all support each other, because it will go a long way. Let's just support each other till we get there.
I would love to have you guys again on my panel when I talk about more stuff that has to do with mental health, because like, you know, I've been trying to hit up everybody on Instagram. They say, yeah, let me do it, da, 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 da. And they wasn't serious. And you guys were the only people that was actually serious and actually are in the area that I'm trying to do. So I would love you guys to be in my panel again. I really do. I thank you so much for talking about, you know, sexual abuse in the African community for women. And again, you guys can introduce yourselves again, promote your channels, and we're done for today.
Thank you. It's so nice to meet you guys.
Nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Nice meeting you. Bye.
Bye.
Right.